देवियों और सज्जनों, नमस्कार। विज्ञान भवन के इस अद्भुत, दिव्य एवं भव्य सभागार में हमारे अति विशिष्ट अतिथिगण एवं देश के विभिन्न हिस्सों से आए हुए तमाम अतिथियों का मैं आनंद कुमार और मेरी सहयोगी
शतरूपा मिश्रा
अपने हृदय के अंतःकरण से स्वागत, वंदन और अभिनंदन करते हैं। आज हम एक ऐसे विशेष अवसर का उत्सव मना रहे हैं जो आयकर विभाग के राष्ट्र निर्माण, सहयोग और समानता के प्रति दृढ़ प्रतिबद्धता को उजागर करता है। यह समारोह उस समर्पण का प्रतीक है जिसने करदाताओं और नागरिकों के सहयोग से भारत को समृद्धि की दिशा में अग्रसर किया है। हमारी आकांक्षा है कि हर भारतीय आर्थिक रूप से सशक्त बने और कर संग्रह में निरंतर वृद्धि से लोक कल्याणकारी राज्य की अवधारणा साकार हो। इस शुभ अवसर पर गर्व और कृतज्ञता के साथ हम देश के सभी नागरिकों और करदाताओं के प्रति अपना आभार व्यक्त करते हैं कि उनके समर्थन से हमारा राष्ट्र निरंतर प्रगति की नई ऊंचाइयां प्राप्त कर रहा है।
नमस्कार। On behalf of Central Board of Direct Taxes, I take this wonderful opportunity to welcome our Honorable Union Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji, Honorable Minister of State for Finance, Shri Pankaj Chaudhary ji, Revenue Secretary, Shri Sanjay Malhotra ji, Chairman CBDT, Shri Ravi Agarwal sir, Member TPS and Revenue, Shri HBS Gill sir, members of CBDT and CBIC, esteemed dignitaries and officers from other ministries and departments, delegates from the media, our entire Aikar Parivar, ladies and gentlemen. It is a privilege to welcome you all for the celebration of 165th year of income tax. This occasion marks yet another year of progress and collaboration as we reaffirm our commitment to a fair and efficient tax system.
दीप हमारी सभ्यता और संस्कृति की अलौकिकता का प्रतीक हैं। भारतीय धर्म दर्शन में दीप प्रज्वलन की अनूठी परंपरा सनातन काल से चली आ रही है। दीप हमारे अंतःचक्षुओं का प्रतिबिंब भी हैं, जो अज्ञानता और अंधकार को नष्ट कर ज्ञान और प्रकाश पुंज से सर्वत्र दीप्ति उत्पन्न करते हैं। इसीलिए तो वेदों में कहा गया है, ओम अस्तो मा सदगमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतम गमय। इस मौलिक परंपरा के निर्वहन हेतु अब मैं मंच पर आसीन हमारे विशिष्ट अतिथियों को दीप प्रज्वलन के लिए सादर आमंत्रित करता हूं।
जय जय मुखरा नवरस मधुरा कविता मुखरा स्मित रुचि रुचिरा भरणा जय जय हे भगवती सुर भारती तव चरणों प्रणमामः जय जय हे भगवती सुर भारती तव चरणों प्रणमामः नाद ब्रह्ममयी जय वागेश्वरी नाद ब्रह्ममयी जय वागेश्वरी शरणं ते गच्छामः जय जय हे भगवती सुर भारती तव चरणों प्रणमामः
मैं आप सबको बताना चाहूंगा कि ये मधुर सरस्वती वंदना प्रस्तुत करने वाले सभी गायक हमारे आयकर परिवार के सदस्य हैं।
I now request Chairman CBDT Shri Ravi Agarwal sir to welcome our chief guest, Honorable Union Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji with a sapling, shawl and memento as an expression of our respect to her.
अब मैं अध्यक्ष महोदय से निवेदन करूंगा कि वे आज के कार्यक्रम के विशिष्ट अतिथि माननीय वित्त राज्य मंत्री श्री पंकज चौधरी जी का पौधा, शॉल और स्मृति चिन्ह देकर उनका स्वागत करें।
I now request Member Taxpayer Services and Revenue Shri HBS Gill sir to present a sapling, shawl and memento to Honorable Revenue Secretary Shri Sanjay Malhotra ji as a mark of our respect and affection. I now request Chairman CBDT Shri Ravi Agarwal sir to formally welcome the August gathering on this momentous occasion.
Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji, Honorable Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs, Shri Pankaj Chaudhary ji, Honorable Minister of State for Finance, Shri Sanjay Malhotra ji, Secretary Revenue, senior functionaries of the Government of India, dignitaries, officers and officials of the Income Tax Department, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, Namaskar. A very warm welcome to all present here today as we celebrate the 165th year of income tax. greetings and compliments to the members of the Aykar Parivar, taxpayers, and all stakeholders who are part of the direct tax administration in the country. This day is not just a commemoration of our legacy, but also is an opportunity to recognize the remarkable efforts by each one of you in making the tax administration robust, responsive, and non-intrusive. Over the years, our focus has been on enhancing taxpayer services and leveraging technology to drive positive change in tax compliance. On this occasion, I am delighted to share some of our key accomplishments from the last fiscal. Our performance in direct tax collections has been particularly satisfying. For financial year 23-24, we collected 19.58 lakh crores, a robust increase of 17.70% from previous years. One of the significant reforms is the introduction of new tax regime, a simplified tax structure designed to make compliance easier. Out of over 7.28 crore ITRs filed for assessment year 24-25 up to 31st July 24, 72% of the returns have been filed under the new tax regime, which highlights its widespread acceptance. With 58.57 lakh first-time return filers till 31st July 24, in this financial year itself, we have made significant strides in widening our tax base. The updated return provisions is yet another significant step towards non-intrusive tax administration. Filing of over 72 lakh updated returns has brought additional revenue besides minimizing litigation. Technology has been a transformative force in our operations. Various e-campaigns have encouraged compliance and have fostered trust within the taxpayer community. Our pursuit of digital transformation has led to successful completion of 6.76 lakh faceless assessments and 2.83 lakh faceless appeals by July 2024. This initiative is one of its first in the world. These steps underscore our commitment to a transparent and efficient tax administration. All the above achievements are a culmination of decades' efforts in different areas of tax governance. The department expresses its sincere thanks to our seniors who have laid solid foundation and rich legacy. Thank you so much. In international taxation, we have signed 125 advanced pricing agreements in financial year 23-24, furthering our commitment to providing certainty and transparency to businesses. 10th Income Tax Overseas Unit in Abu Dhabi has been operationalized, demonstrating our commitment to extending our global reach. We also look with satisfaction the significant involvement of Income Tax Department in various facets of conduct of recent general elections. The recent approvals of new versions of projects like CPC-TDS and ITBA and rollout of new TaxNet project signify our ongoing commitment to technological excellence. The new version of Insight is being conceptualized. I urge our officers, especially the young ones, to associate themselves with these projects as they will shape tax administration for the next decade. One of the important tasks in hand is the comprehensive review of the Income Tax Act 1961. The purpose is to make the Act concise, lucid, easy to read and understand. This will reduce litigation, thereby providing tax certainty to the taxpayers. The exercise is proposed to be completed in 6 months. The work, though challenging, is transformative. Ma'am, we have already taken up the assignment in mission mode and in all earnest and assure to complete the task in given time. Ma'am, we have also focused on the welfare of our personnel by addressing infrastructural needs, providing timely promotions, and fostering a gender-inclusive work environment. The recruitment rules of various cadres of Group B and Group C employees that were pending since long are under finalization. The amended RRs for IRS are under consideration of DOPT. Some of the long pending matters relating to personnel have been resolved. I take this opportunity to thank our Revenue Secretary for having a pragmatic approach in this aspect. Thank you, sir. Respected ma'am, the achievements as above would not have been possible but for your guidance, support and trust that you have reposed on us. Much gratitude for your benevolence. I also thank Honorable Minister of State for being positive and supportive in considering our proposals. Today, we are also recognizing the contribution of our personnel in different areas of tax administration as well as in various fields relating to social, culture and sports. I extend our heartiest congratulations to all the awardees. I may here also compliment our officers who are on deputation to various departments in Government of India, law enforcement agencies, and state governments who have done excellent work in respective organizations. You have all made us proud. As we move forward to realize the vision of Honorable Prime Minister towards Viksit Bharat by 2047, let us embrace the prudent approach that has 7 limbs. P, that is professionalism and probity. R, responsibility and responsiveness in administration. U, understanding laws, business and economy. D, data-based decision-making. E, enforcement but with empathy. N, non-intrusive tax administration. T, encourage technology for taxpayer services and transparency. I am sure this approach to be adopted at individual and organizational level should guide us in the Income Tax Department to continuously innovate, embrace change, and strive for excellence in all our endeavors. In conclusion, thank you, Honorable Ma'am and Honorable Minister of State, sir, for your kind support, blessings, and for being with us today. Many thanks to each one of you present today for having graced this occasion. I wish that the coming year brings greater strength, stability, and resilience. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर। हर वर्ष की तरह इस वर्ष भी 24 जुलाई को विभिन्न प्रधान मुख्य आयकर आयुक्त के प्रभारों में आयकर दिवस उत्साहपूर्वक मनाया गया। अब हम आपके समक्ष देश के विभिन्न हिस्सों में मनाए गए इस समारोह की एक झलक प्रस्तुत करने जा रहे हैं, जो इन समारोहों की भावना को दर्शाता है और हमारे विभाग की राष्ट्रीय एकता और समर्पण को प्रदर्शित करता है।
Every year, the Income Tax Department celebrates the 24th of July as Income Tax Day. This special occasion is a day to acknowledge the contributions of both tax officials and taxpayers. This year, The 165th Income Tax Day was celebrated nationwide with great enthusiasm by the Aikar Parivar across various regions. In recognition of their dedication, the department's officers and officials were honored for their outstanding contributions, sustained devotion, and commitment to duty in the field of direct taxation. The celebrations commenced with a congratulatory message from the chairman of CBDT, Shri Ravi Agrawal. He introduced the prudent mantra, urging officers and officials to adopt it as a guiding principle for navigating the complexities of tax administration. With pride, we now present the highlights of the celebrations that took place across the country. Jaipur, the pink city of Rajasthan, celebrated Income Tax Day in a magnificent manner, with the esteemed presence of Padma Bhushan, Padma Shri and Grammy Award winner Pandit Vishwa Mohan Bhatt, who graced the occasion as the chief guest. The celebration featured an essay writing competition on the theme Pratyek Aikar Data, Ek Rashtra Nirmata, with over 750 students from various schools in Jaipur participating enthusiastically. Bhubaneswar hosted an exciting sit and draw competition themed Mere Sapnon Ka Bharat, accompanied by a meaningful outreach program as part of Income Tax Day celebrations. The day was brought to life with dynamic cultural performances, highlighting the elegance of Odissi classical dance and the lively rhythms of Sambhalpuri folk dances. The event in Chennai was graced by the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, Shri R.N. Ravi, who presided over the occasion. The highlight of the day was a captivating cultural program led by Padma Vibhushan, Dr. Padma Subramaniam, and the Nrityodaya troupe. Ahmedabad saw the celebration unfold in grand manner as the Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat, Shri Bhupendra Bhai Patel, graced the occasion. In Guwahati, the event featured a brief video that highlighted the department's rich history and key milestones. Meanwhile, in Patna, a plantation drive was organized promoting eco-friendliness. The day's festivities Kochi were marked with great enthusiasm. The celebrations then journeyed to Kanpur, where a large-scale plantation drive was organized to promote a clean and green India. Dance routines like Kathak, Sargam and Chaturang Shiva Vandana. Department employees told the show with two engaging short plays, Kosh Mulo Danda and Pay Tax Karo Relax, which skillfully highlighted the importance of taxation and the department's work. Kolkata marked Income Tax Day with grandeur. As Honorable Governor of West Bengal, Dr. C.V. Anand Bose addressed the gathering in Lucknow, the occasion was marked with cultural performances, poem recitations and a satirical play by department's officials, blending entertainment with education. Chandigarh saw an exuberant celebration with the presence of Honorable Governor of Haryana, Bandaru Dattatreya, as the chief guest. The event also saw participation of renowned hockey player Padma Shri and Major Dhyanchand Khel Ratna awardee Rani Rampal, as well as theatre and film artists like Shri Mankirat Olak and Shri B.M. Sharma. Hyderabad's grand and lively Income Tax Day celebrations were honoured by the presence of Padma Bhushan, Dr. D. Nageshwara Reddy, as the chief guest.
The 165th Income Tax Day was celebrated with great enthusiasm in Bhopal. It was enriched by a mesmerizing Sufi music performance by the Heritage Group, led by Shri Rajiv Singh.
Mumbai, India's financial hub, marked Income Tax Day with a memorable celebration. Attended by Honorable Governor of Maharashtra, Shri Ramesh Bais, the event was further enriched by Miss Radhika Gupta, MD and CEO of Edelweiss Mutual Funds. Nagpur's Income Tax Day celebration was honoured by the presence of Shri Chandrasekhar Mishran, a Padma Shri awardee and renowned neurologist, as chief guest. The 165th Income Tax Day was marked with enthusiasm across the Pune region, featuring a vibrant celebration that included a Rangoli competition, thrilling sports events, and a spectacular cultural program. The Income Tax Day in Bengaluru was celebrated with great enthusiasm. Renowned athlete and Olympian Srimati Anju Bobby George graced the event as the chief guest, bringing her inspiring presence to the occasion. The evening was further enlivened by a walkathon and cultural program that featured captivating classical dance performances. As the Income Tax Department marches forward in the 165th year, it reaffirms its dedication with a spirited resolve to forge ahead with renewed vigor and unwavering determination to fulfill the vision of Honorable Prime Minister of Viksit Bharat by 2047.
कार्यक्रम को आगे बढ़ाते हुए अब मैं हमारे बीच उपस्थित कुछ चुनिंदा आयकर अधिकारियों और कर्मचारियों को विभाग में हुए उनके बहुमूल्य अनुभवों को हमारे साथ साझा करने के लिए आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगा। इस कड़ी में मैं सबसे पहले श्री विकास, जो 2016 बैच के आयकर निरीक्षक हैं, उन्हें आमंत्रित करता हूं।
Honorable Finance Minister, Honorable Minister of State for Finance, dignitaries on the dais, officers, and venerable gathering. Namaskar. I am Vikas from 2016 batch of inspectors. I am grateful to CBDT for giving me this wonderful opportunity to share my experience on this momentous occasion of 165th year of income tax before this August gathering. At the outset, I want to state that my journey in the department has just commenced. I am absolutely elated to be the part of this promising department. During these 6 years, I have had the privilege of experiencing the vast opportunity this department offers. After completing the 90-day course conducted by NADT-RC Delhi, I was posted to TDS Delhi charge, where I learned the intricacies of TDS provisions, conducted surveys, performed field verifications. I also gained valuable experience in compounding prosecution and judicial matters. This exposure has instilled in me a deep sense of responsibility, and I take immense pride for the contribution to the tax collection of our country. Currently, I am posted in the Directorate of PRPNP, a role that is entirely different from my previous one, requiring a complete different set of skills. In this position, I am involved in the primary task of publicity, which is to execute pan-India campaigns for the department through television, radio, and print media. Additionally, I am entrusted with the task of designing the content for the board games and puzzles, an innovative way to sensitize the school children, our future taxpayers, about the basic concept of taxes and their role in nation building. As a self-taught fine artist, I have also been able to use my artistic skills to organize taxpayer launches and contribute creatively towards various films produced by the department. This directorate has provided me the travel opportunities and chances to interact with the taxpayers while organizing outreach programs for the CBDT across India. I am deeply indebted to the seniors and the department for giving me a platform to develop my skills and for the wide exposure that has shaped my journey. I would especially like to express my heartfelt thanks to CBDT and senior officers for their guidance and unwavering support. Their mentorship has been instrumental in my growth, and I believe that much of what I have achieved wouldn't have been possible without their encouragement. I am very excited about the prospect of being posted in various other charges in future, where I can contribute to the growth of this nation. It is immensely satisfying to be the part of my country's journey toward Viksit Bharat 2047. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Vikas. I would now like to request one of the promising and young officers of the department, Shri Said Junaid Adil, IRS officer of the 2016 batch, currently posted as Deputy Commissioner of Income Tax, Central Circle, Srinagar, to share his experiences gained during his tenure with the department, along with his aspirations for the future.
Honorable Finance Minister, dignitaries on the dais, senior officers of the department, dear colleagues and friends. I belong to a place known as heaven on earth, Kashmir. But when I was born in 1988, heaven was fast changing its character to the point that by the time I grew, Kashmir was marred by violent conflict and economic hardship. My father, a dedicated surgeon, ensured that I attended one of the best schools in the valley, located in the city center of Lal Chowk, which also meant more vulnerability. From my school bus escaping a blast by just 2 minutes to an attack just outside our school gate, life was uncertain and gloomy, and the atmosphere not conducive for the growth of youth. Things improved in mid-2000s, but the 2 decades of conflict had left Kashmir with destruction and crumbling infrastructure, a desire for improvement in which became my inspiration for civil services. On qualifying the civils exam of 2015, I was allocated the prestigious Indian Revenue Service. And after being in the Income Tax Department for more than 8 years now, I have nothing but gratitude for the department for all the life experiences and forum it has provided me for growth and contribution towards the society. After finishing my training at NADT, I joined the field formation in 2018, and my first posting was in Delhi as ACIT for Chandni Chowk area. And from there, I moved to international taxation setup. After working in Delhi for 3.5 years, in September 2021, I got an opportunity to go back to my native place when I was posted there as DDIT Investigation Wing. The posting in Kashmir came with its own challenges and opportunities. The lack of awareness of taxation system there meant that apart from the regular work of DDIT, I also had the duty of educating various stratas of the society. This was achieved by being part of various outreach programs in universities, colleges, and interaction with trade associations. The recent increase in ITRs and the revenue collected from J&K shows that our efforts are bearing fruit. I would like to point out that in the last 3 years, there has also been huge improvement in the infrastructure of the department in Kashmir. And in November 2021, the new state-of-art building of the department was inaugurated by the Honorable Finance Minister herself. With all these changes and improvements happening around us, I believe it's an exciting time to be part of the department. I would like to end by thanking my department for providing me the opportunity to be part of such a dynamic system, which has led to my personal growth and experience. This exposure has put new dreams and faith in me for a better tomorrow. Thank you. Jai Hind.
धन्यवाद जुनैद। अब मैं प्रधान आयकर आयुक्त सेंट्रल कोची श्रीमती एस उमा वेंकटेशन को आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगा। महोदया 1994 बैच की भारतीय राजस्व सेवा की अधिकारी हैं और मुझे पूर्ण विश्वास है कि आपके अनुभव हम सबको निश्चित रूप से प्रेरित करेंगे।
Honorable Finance Minister, Honorable Minister of State for Finance and other dignitaries present here. Good evening to you all. The Income Tax Department is not just an occupation for me. My entire life has revolved around the department as my father, late Sri N. Sitharaman, served the department for 38 long years, and my father was my inspiration. I have seen the metamorphic transformation of the department firsthand. I desired a profession which would permit me to give back to the society and help bridge the economic divide, as I had benefited by getting near world-class education from government-aided institutions. And civil service was a natural choice for me. In those initial days of paper returns, we colleagues in Chennai recognized that computerization was for the need of the hour, and we experimented with in-house software. I designed and modeled the integrated assessment system under an UNDP project in 2000, and it was hoped that this model would be replicated and integrated centrally. On completion of the project, I realized that it was before its time. All the stakeholders were not ready to implement computerization just yet, and there was widespread apprehension of employment cuts. The painstaking hours put in for 2 years, often neglecting my toddler, came to naught. However, it was just a matter of time, and soon technology would roll over us, lock, stock, and barrel. Holistically speaking, I have had a tremendously fulfilling and dignified life here in the department. My heart swells with pride to know that I am working for a department that fuels the entire economy and that is constantly evolving and propelling India towards fulfilling the vision of Vikasit Bharat. Yataha pravrittir bhutanam yena sarvamidam tatam swakarmana tamapyarsya siddhim vindati manavaham. I am grateful to have been given this opportunity to speak before this august audience. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your valuable experiences with us. Moving on to the next segment, from the ancient wisdom of Chanakya's Arthashastra to the vibrant economic landscape of contemporary India, Taxation has been a cornerstone of our nation's growth and development. To commemorate the 165th anniversary of income tax in India, we are honored to present an exclusive My Stamp which encapsulates our historical journey, highlighting the pivotal role of taxation in fostering socio-economic progress and nation's development over the decades. At this historic moment, I would like to humbly invite the Honorable Finance Minister, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji, to come forward for the release of the My Stamp. I also humbly request all the other dignitaries to join ma'am. I would also like to invite the Chief Postmaster General, Delhi Circle, Colonel Akhilesh Kumar Pandey, to come up on the dais and present the first album to the Honorable Finance Minister. Today, we also take this opportunity to request Honorable Ma'am to unveil the Civil List 2024, a list that presents a snapshot of the relevant official information of the officers serving in the department in various posts and on deputations. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sirs. Now I request all the dignitaries to kindly take their seats on the dais. It gives me immense pride to share that this Civil List 2024 is an outcome of untiring efforts of the officers of the department under the constant and able guidance of Chairman, sir. The Income Tax Department has undergone a remarkable transformation, with technology playing a pivotal role in this evolution. From ledgers to laptops, papers to pixels, the journey has been nothing short of an inspiring and fascinating tale. Now, we invite you to experience a special movie that chronicles this incredible journey of computerization and digitization over the decades within this department.
The success story of the computerization of the Income Tax Department is a milestone in the governance history of India. The digital ecosystem of the Income Tax Department stands as an exemplary model that is based on the principles of ease of doing business, digital payment of tax, and stellar user interface and experience. Embracing the digital era with remarkable foresight, the department adopted computers early on, embarking on a journey marked by perseverance and innovation. Over the years, it has continuously evolved, revolutionizing its processes to set a global benchmark for efficiency and taxpayer convenience. This inspiring journey from resilience to revolution showcases the department's commitment to progress and its pivotal role in shaping the future of taxation.
Attempts at computerization began in 1967 when 10 Honeywell systems were provided by the USA to India, and 3 of them were allocated to compile statistics for the Income Tax Department. But the journey truly accelerated in 1981 with the creation of the Directorate of Income Tax Systems. The installation of the tax accounting system with ORG 2001 and SN23 computers in 1981 marked the beginning of a new era. The department transitioned from manual ledgers to installation of microprocessor-based electronic data processing system along with data entry system. The task was immense, digitizing records, automating processes, and training the staff.
In 1985-86, 3 computer centers were set up in Chennai, Mumbai and Delhi with SN73 computers for processing of challans and TDS salary returns. In 1987, the Electronic Data Processing EDP cadre was created to recruit skilled professionals to address the challenges posed by technological advancements. In 1991-92, the computer activities were subsequently extended to PAN allotment, TAN allotment, and payroll accounting system that made computers more prevalent for tasks including tax assessments, statistical analysis, record keeping and processing of tax returns. In the year 1993, based on the recommendations of the Chalaya Committee, a comprehensive plan was approved for computerization of the department. In pursuance of this, regional computer centers were set up in Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, in 1994-95, equipped with RS6000 servers, and PCs were provided to the officers of these cities for the first time. Thereafter, the National Computer Center was established in Delhi during 1996-97, making a significant milestone in the department's computerization.
To further streamline operations, 33 regional computer centers were established in 1996. These were connected to the National Computer Center through leased lines. Faster networks utilizing leased data for LAN and WAN connectivity, robust servers became the backbone of this new infrastructure, along the modernization of taxpayer accounting systems. Thereafter, the network expanded dramatically, connecting 57 additional cities to the regional computer centers and the National Computer Center. During the period 1997 to 1999, PCs were provided to all the assessing officers across the country in a phased manner.
With the dawn of the new millennium, the Income Tax Department continued its foray into technology, coupled with a massive restructuring exercise to administer direct taxation. In 2002, DT01 project, an ambitious initiative of fully computerizing tax return and establishing a robust management information system, was undertaken under the aegis of Canadian International Development Agency, CIDA. The Kelkar Task Force in 2002 emphasized leveraging IT for high-quality taxpayer services, following which non-core functions such as the receipt and processing of PAN applications were outsourced to UTIITSL and NSDL, while the processing of TAN applications was outsourced to NSDL, streamlining operations and enhancing efficiency.
In 2002, the launch of the department's national website www.incometaxindia.gov.in forged a crucial link between the department and taxpayers. The introduction of the online tax accounting system in 2004 allowed taxpayers to file returns and make payments online. The TIN, Taxpayer Identification Number website, launched in 2005, was designed to streamline tax administration by enabling the verification of tax payments claimed in TDS returns and ITRs, digitizing TDS processes, generating PAN ledgers, and providing access to tax credit statements and refund status. As a result of these initiatives, the department received a Silver Icon Award for Professional Excellence in Process Re-engineering in 2005, followed by a Golden Icon Award for Outstanding Performance in Service Delivery in 2006. These prestigious accolades were presented at the national conferences on e-governance governance, highlighting our exceptional achievements in both process optimization and service delivery. Launched as a pilot in 2007, the Refund Banker scheme facilitated automated refund processing, making it swift and hassle-free for both tax administrators and the taxpayer. And the debut of annexure-less returns enhanced taxpayer convenience and boosted trust in India's financial system.
The 2008 Sevottam scheme introduced the Citizens Charter and Ayakar Seva Kendra (ASK) to streamline services and established a benchmark for excellence in service delivery. A transformative shift occurred as e-payment for direct taxes was made mandatory for companies and taxpayers subject to tax audits. As the economy grew and the taxpayer base expanded, the department required a more reliable system to manage tax returns effectively. To address this, a business process re-engineering (BPR) study was conducted, leading to the segregation of bulk functions from compliance tasks. A major milestone was the establishment of the Centralized Processing Centre in Bengaluru in 2009, mandated by the Finance Act of 2008.
The e-filing system, launched in 2012, marked a new era in tax administration. The Tax Administration Reform Commission, formed in 2013, emphasized greater use of information and communication technology in tax administration to address taxation issues and drive reforms.
Inaugurated in 2013, the dedicated Centralized Processing Cell (CPC) for TDS led to a significant advancement in tax administration. The TDS Reconciliation, Analysis and Correction Enabling System, Traces Portal, stands as the pinnacle of TDS processing systems, meticulously matching and processing TDS returns to ensure precise tax credits. Form 26AS shows all taxes paid, emphasizing non-intrusive administration. These initiatives of the Income Tax Department towards promoting outstanding taxpayer services garnered the prestigious Prime Minister's Award for Excellence in Public Administration in 2012-2013. For easy tax compliance through quality services, the Traces initiative of the CPC, TDS, Income Tax Department further received Gold Award in the National Award for E-Governance for Excellence in Government Process, Re-Engineering in 2014-2015. This was followed by yet another milestone, the Income Tax Business Application, which revolutionized internal processes, empowering income tax officers to efficiently manage audits, penalties, appeals, compliance, searches and investigations, among other critical functions.
To boost precision and efficiency, Project Insight was initiated in 2015 to collect, refine, compile and analyze data from various sources. With the power of advanced data analytics, it streamlined the e-verification of tax returns, significantly improving the detection of tax evasion and ensuring a more transparent tax system.
Launched by the Honorable Prime Minister in August 2020, the Transparent Taxation Honouring the Honest was a landmark initiative which introduced the faceless assessment regime with the objective of increasing the efficiency, transparency and accountability in the processes. This was a significant step towards streamlined tax assessments and appeals by eliminating in-person interactions between taxpayers and officials. As of July 31st, 2024, 6.76 lakhs faceless assessments and 2.83 lakhs faceless appeals have been completed under this initiative.
साथियों, कोशिश ये है कि हमारी टैक्स प्रणाली सीमलेस हो, पेनलेस हो, फेसलेस हो.
We could show that in a matter of 2 years since after the introduction of faceless, you are able to be a lot more comfortable with executing your service through the use of technology and as much making the tax assessee comfortable with a simplified system.
The e-verification scheme, introduced in 2021, allows the Income Tax Department to notify taxpayers about discrepancies in the third-party income details. The provision for updated returns became effective from 2022. This allows taxpayers to revise their income tax returns (ITRs) by correcting errors or omissions. These measures have improved voluntary compliance in taxpayers. 2.26 crore PANs were selected for e-campaigns in financial year 2022-23 and financial year 2023-24. 33.61 lakhs ITRs were updated or revised after e-campaigns. As a result, Rs 24,972 crores additional tax was realized.
The Annual Information Statement app, introduced in 2022, provided taxpayers with a comprehensive view of their data. From April 1, 2023, TIN 2.0 replaced old TAS, offering a single window platform for tax payments. The revamped Income Tax India website and e-verification of returns has set new benchmarks for taxpayer services.
आज भारत दुनिया के उन चुनिंदा देशों में है जहां टैक्स पेयर के अधिकारों और कर्तव्यों दोनों को कोडिफाई किया गया है, इनको कानूनी मान्यता दी गई है। टैक्स पेयर और टैक्स कलेक्टर करने वाले के बीच विश्वास बहाली के लिए, पारदर्शिता के लिए ये बहुत बड़ा कदम रहा है।
The digital transformation of the Income Tax Department has harnessed the power of AI and machine learning to revolutionize the tax system, improving efficiency and accuracy to enhance the tax processes. This has led to a 17.7% increase in revenue collections in the FY 2023-24, empowering the government to fund essential infrastructure projects and social welfare initiatives critical to India's progress.
A total of 7.41 crore ITRs were filed during this financial year till date, which marks an increase of 7.5% over the same point of time last year. Of the returns filed, more than 4.98 crore cases pertaining to assessment year 2024-25 have been processed. Of these processed returns, as many as 3.92 crore returns, which is about 79%, have been processed in less than 15 days. Among the returns processed, more than 2 crore returns were involving claim of refund in 1.73 crore cases, and refund in those cases has already been issued. It's the robust IT infrastructure of the department, the rise in return filings and revenue collections reflects greater compliance and voluntary taxpayer participation in nation-building effort. The volume of data which is processed on a daily basis in the Directorate of Systems is unparalleled compared to any other tax administration of the world. Till date, 76.83 crore PANs have been allotted, out of which 63 crore PANs have been linked with Aadhaar. From April 2024 till date, 3.34 crores challans of tax payment have been filed by taxpayers involving an amount of rupees 8.19 lakh crores. During the same period, total number of logins on the e-filing portal were 63.82 crores. In the last financial year, the Insight portal handled more than 650 crore informations, including reports from reporting entities, deductee records, returns filed, etc. A total of 75.02 lakh STAN have been issued till date. Since its inception, CPC-TDS has handled 12.69 crores TDS statements. Income Tax Department Secure TaxNet Network connects 775 offices spread across the nation. The national website of Income Tax Department had more than 1,116 crore hits from nearly 22 crore visitors during the last financial year. Guided by the ageless principle of righteous tax collection, the saga of the Income Tax Department is a testament to visionary leadership, unwavering dedication and relentless innovation. It's the tale of a determined few who, fueled by duty and patriotism, overcame obstacles to create a system that is efficient, transparent and trustworthy. This journey is not just about technology, but about building a stronger, more prosperous India anchored in the trust of its people.
Now, it is my privilege to request our Revenue Secretary, Shri Sanjay Malhotra ji, to kindly address the distinguished gathering.
Honorable Minister for Finance and Corporate Affairs, Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman ji, Honorable Minister of State for Finance, Shri Pankaj Chaudhary ji, Chairperson CBDT, Member CBDT, all distinguished persons, dignitaries present here, dear colleagues, officers of the Income Tax Department, and representatives of the media. Today is a day to honor and celebrate every single contribution which has been made by the taxpayers and the tax officers in this journey of the development of the nation. it is important to recognize the efforts of each of our income tax officers in this journey. So let me first of all begin by greeting and commending the whole income tax fraternity, both the taxpayers and especially the tax officers present here as we celebrate the 165th year of income tax. Huge strides have been made since income tax was first introduced in 1860. I remember the figure was only 30 lakh rupees, and from 30 lakh we are at 20 lakh, but not 20 lakh, it's not lower, it's 20 lakh crore. So 1 crore times, almost a crore times, these revenues have grown over a period of 165 years. It's a huge, huge contribution. The last decade, in fact, has been even more spectacular under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, where the revenues have grown about 3 times, from 5.59 lakh crore, almost 4 times, to 20 lakh crore. The taxpayer base has also doubled, more than 8.6 crore returns filed last year. The number of taxpayers has also doubled from about more than 5 crore to 10 crore last year. The buoyancy that we have seen, which actually represents the efficiency of collection without actually raising the tax rates, that has always been more than one other than the COVID year. So the tax to GDP ratio has increased from 5.6% to 6% over this period. So many congratulations and commendations to this whole tax community. At the same time, not only have the revenues improved, we have made tremendous strides in digitalization and improved taxpayer services, because this is again very important for us. As we raise revenues, we do so with least pain, with least hassle, and as much convenience as possible for our taxpayers. And so we have introduced a number of initiatives. The simplified tax regime for corporates was introduced earlier in 2019, and now we got in the improved simplified taxpayers regime last year, for which the chairperson just informed that about 72% of the taxpayers actually shifted to the simplified tax regime. Pre-filled data information in the returns, again, that has simplified and made filing of returns easier for all of us. The new income tax portal has revolutionized the way we interact with our taxpayers and help them not only submit the tax returns but also access all information, get refunds, and get all kind of information. Just now mention was made of about 3 crore, 4 crore returns having been processed within 15 days. So improved taxpayer services, again, as a result of digitalization and the efforts of the systems and all the officers present over here, is something that we all need to be very satisfied and happy about. And I'm sure that while we are digitalizing the whole journey, not only the various returns, but all other processes that we are trying to digitalize and making communication also digital, it's important at the same time for us to reach out and be connected with the people, because the human connect, again, is very important for us. While we have gone faceless, it's important that we are connected with the field, and so the outreach activities that we conduct so as to provide guidance to the taxpayers, and at the same time inform them about their rights and responsibilities, is very important. It also fosters at the same time a greater transparency and empowers taxpayers to take informed decisions. So while over here we today celebrate this 165th year, which is very important, it's also at the same time important that we renew our pledge, our commitment to this vital institution and to the principles of integrity, diligence, and service. Once again, with these words, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the income tax officers present here and commend you all on this journey. Thank you very much.
धन्यवाद सर। अब मैं आज के कार्यक्रम के विशिष्ट अतिथि माननीय वित्त राज्य मंत्री श्री पंकज चौधरी जी से अनुरोध करूंगा कि वे हमें संबोधित करें और आयकर विभाग के अधिकारियों और कर्मचारियों का मनोबल बढ़ाएं।
माननीय वित्त मंत्री एवं कारपोरेट कार्य मंत्री श्रीमती निर्मला सीतारमन जी, राजस्व सचिव श्री संजय मल्होत्रा जी, अध्यक्ष सीबीडीटी श्री रवि अग्रवाल जी, सदस्य सीबीडीटी श्री गिल जी, उपस्थित यहाँ पर सभी अधिकारी एवं कर्मचारीगण, मीडिया के साथियों, उपस्थित सभी गणमान्य जन। आज आयकर के 165वें वर्ष पूरे होने के अवसर पर आप सभी को मेरी ओर से ढेर सारी बधाइयां और शुभकामनाएं। आज के अवसर पर मैं सर्वप्रथम भारत के प्रत्येक उस नागरिक की सराहना करता हूं और हृदय से अभिनंदन करता हूं जो कर देकर राष्ट्र को सशक्त बनाने में अपनी अहम भूमिका निभाते हैं। करदाता हमारे देश के आर्थिक विकास की रीढ़ है। आयकर सभी नागरिकों के जीवन को ऊपर उठाने में अत्यंत आवश्यक और महत्वपूर्ण है, चाहे वो शिक्षा का क्षेत्र हो, चाहे वो स्वास्थ्य का क्षेत्र हो, चाहे वो बुनियादी ढांचा का प्रश्न हो या फिर किसी प्रकार का सामाजिक कल्याण का विषय हो। सब में आयकर की भूमिका अत्यंत महत्वपूर्ण और सराहनीय है। साथ में मैं आयकर विभाग के सभी अधिकारियों और कर्मचारियों को भी हृदय से प्रशंसा करता हूं और आप सब पर निरंतर प्रयास करते हैं कि कैसे कर प्रणाली को निष्पक्ष, सुगम और पारदर्शी बनाया जाए और ये भी प्रयास करते हैं कि संग्रहण के लक्ष्यों को की प्राप्ति को भी कैसे होती रहे। मुझे बताते हुए गौरव हो रहा है कि पिछले 10 वर्षों में अगर देखें तो आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में भारत सरकार ने देश के विकास के लिए बहुत सारे प्रयास किए, चाहे वो गरीब कल्याण के लिए उनके आवास का विषय हो, 4 करोड़ से ज्यादा मकान बनाने का काम किया, गांवों में 8 लाख किलोमीटर सड़कों का निर्माण किया। उसी प्रकार से अगर देखें NHI के माध्यम से 50,000 किलोमीटर से नेशनल हाईवे का निर्माण हुआ। 10 वर्षों में अगर देखें तो 4 लेन और 6 लेन में 2.5 गुना से ज्यादा की वृद्धि हुई है और पिछले 10 वर्षों में देखें तो एयरपोर्ट की संख्या दोगुनी होकर 148 हुई है। और ये सब तो बस कुछ आंकड़े हैं। हमारी सरकार ने शिक्षा, स्वास्थ्य, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, गरीब कल्याण के लिए बहुत सारे कार्य किए, देश के विकास को एक नई गति दी है और ये सब आपके द्वारा एकत्र किए हुए राजस्व से ही संभव हो पाया है। इसलिए आप सब इसके लिए विशेष रूप से धन्यवाद के पात्र हैं। आयकर विभाग हाल के वर्षों में कर प्रणाली के प्रति नागरिकों का भरोसा और विश्वास बढ़ाने में सफल रहा है। युग दृष्टा प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी की नेतृत्व में और आदरणीय वित्त मंत्री निर्मला सीतारमन जी के दिशा निर्देश में हमारी सरकार ने कर संरचना में सरलता लाने के लिए और अनुपालन और सहजता को बढ़ावा देने के लिए महत्वपूर्ण सुधार किए हैं। इसके साथ साथ कर प्रशासन और दक्षता बढ़ाने के लिए भी महत्वपूर्ण प्रयास किए गए हैं। हमारी सरकार ने एक ऐसा वातावरण बनाने का प्रयास किया है जिससे करदाताओं पर बोझ कम हो और वो स्वैच्छिक और अनुपालन के लिए प्रोत्साहित हो। ऑनलाइन फाइलिंग हो, चाहे ई मूल्यांकन हो, चाहे ई सत्यापन हो या फेसलेस असेसमेंट जैसे टेक्नोलॉजी ड्रिवन पहलों ने न केवल कर प्रक्रियाओं को आसान किया है बल्कि उन्हें करदाताओं के प्रति और भी अधिक अनुकूल बनाया है। हमारी सरकार कर द्वारा दरों के तर्कसंगत बनाने और व्यवसायों को लिए अनुकूल माहौल को बढ़ावा देने के अपने प्रयास जारी रखे हैं। आयकर विभाग कर चोरी रोकने और टैक्स बेस को व्यापक बनाने के लिए निरंतर प्रयत्नशील है। टैक्स बेस का विस्तार वास्तव में किसी राष्ट्र के भविष्य के लिए महत्वपूर्ण है। आयकर विभाग के सार्थक प्रयासों से टैक्स बेस का विस्तार किया है। टैक्स बेस और एक व्यापक बनाने की प्रक्रिया में हम कुछ महत्वपूर्ण सुधार कर सकते हैं, जिससे टैक्स का बोझ अधिक निष्पक्ष रूप से वितरित किया जा सके और सार्वजनिक सेवाओं और बुनियादी ढांचों के लिए राजस्व में वृद्धि की जा सके। मेरा आप सभी से अनुरोध है कि आने वाले समय में टैक्स बेस के विस्तार करने के लिए मिलकर हम काम करें। इस दिशा में हम एक अधिक मजबूत और न्यायसंगत कर प्रणाली का निर्माण कर सकते हैं, जो अंतिम व्यक्ति और आर्थिक समृद्धि को प्रोत्साहित करने के साथ देश के आर्थिक समृद्धि को समर्पित हो। एक नागरिक के रूप में भी हमें अपने राष्ट्र के विकास और प्रगति में निरंतर योगदान करना है। हम सबको आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के 2047 के विकसित भारत के विजन को कहीं ना कहीं उस लक्ष्य को प्राप्त करने का अपना मूल मंत्र बनाकर काम करना होगा। हमें ध्यान देना होगा कि विकसित भारत का लक्ष्य तब तक पूरा नहीं होगा जब तक देश का हर नागरिक मूलभूत आवश्यकताओं की पूर्ति ना हो जाए, जब तक देश के हर सेक्टर का समुचित विकास ना हो जाए। देश में जहां अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर का इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर होना चाहिए, वहीं विश्व स्तर का शिक्षा और स्वास्थ्य सेवाओं की भी आवश्यकता होगी। जहां हर हाथ में काम की जरूरत होगी, वह वैज्ञानिक नवाचार में भी हमें अग्रणी होना होगा। कहने का भाव यह है कि हमें सभी क्षेत्रों में एक साथ विकास करना है और इस दिशा में हमारी सरकार निरंतर प्रयास कर रही है। इन सब के लिए जो राजस्व की आवश्यकता होगी, उसमें आयकर की आप सभी की महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका होगी। मैं आप सभी को अपने कर दायित्वों को लगन और जिम्मेदारी के साथ और समय पर पूरा करने का आग्रह करता हूं और मैं अंत में एक बार फिर आप सभी को आयकर वर्ष की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं देता हूं और मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि आप सब अपने कर्तव्यों का निर्वहन पूरी तत्परता से ईमानदारी से काम करेंगे। धन्यवाद।
माननीय वित्त राज्य मंत्री महोदय, आपका बहुत बहुत आभार। बढ़ते हैं कार्यक्रम की अगली कड़ी की तरफ। सम्मान सराहना की सर्वोच्च अभिव्यक्ति है। आज हम यहां अपने आयकर समुदाय के सदस्यों की उत्कृष्ट उपलब्धियों और योगदान को सार्वजनिक रूप से पहचान देने के लिए एकत्रित हुए हैं। ये सम्मान उन उल्लेखनीय व्यक्तियों को दिया जा रहा है जिन्होंने प्रत्यक्ष कर के क्षेत्र में सार्थक बदलाव लाने के लिए अपना बहुमूल्य समय, अथक प्रयास और कर्तव्य निष्ठा का परिचय दिया है।
The CBDT Certificate of Meritorious Service is being awarded to the officers and officials of the department who have rendered 20 years and above of regular service as on 1st January 2024 and have made outstanding contributions or implemented innovative solutions for bringing good governance. I would like to invite Honorable Finance Minister Ma'am to kindly felicitate the recipients of the CBDT Certificate of Meritorious Service. Starting with Shri Mukesh Verma, Chief Commissioner of Income Tax, International Taxation, Delhi. Shri Verma is being awarded for his stellar performance in search and seizure actions, particularly in preventing misuse of cash in UP Assembly elections 2022 and the general elections 2024. Shri Sanjeev Singh, Chief Commissioner of Income Tax, TDS, Bengaluru. Shri Sanjeev Singh has spearheaded the design and implementation of the Insight platform and digital transformation of tax administration. Dr. Prabhakan, Principal Commissioner of Income Tax, Ranchi. His contributions are immense in the Enforcement Directorate, Youth Affairs and International Taxation. Ms. Vatsala Jha, Principal Commissioner of Income Tax, Mumbai. Ma'am has contributed immensely in the niche areas of transfer pricing, advanced pricing agreements and international taxation along with taxpayer services. Dr. Sibichan K. Matthews. Dr. Sibichan K. Matthew, Principal Director of Income Tax, Chennai. Dr. Matthews, a distinguished TEDx speaker, has also done outstanding work in the area of taxpayer service, citizen awareness, and capacity building initiatives for the employees. Shri Sahi Sanjay Kumar, Principal Commissioner of Income Tax, Kolkata. Mr. Kumar is being awarded for his contribution in the field of international taxation. He has also contributed to the second Administrative Reforms Commission report. Ms. Gigi Kamei, Principal Commissioner of Income Tax, Kolkata. In the Northeast region, which is largely ignorant of the tax compliance issues, ma'am has conducted many outreach programs which were very well received within the society. Ms. Gigi Kamai. Ma'am has conducted many outreach programs in the Northeast region. Dr. Garima Bhagat, Commissioner of Income Tax, New Delhi. Dr. Garima Bhagat is being awarded for her outstanding contribution in service in diverse fields, including litigation and audit management, tax assessment, taxpayer services, and training. Shri V. Govindrajan. Shri V. Govindrajan, Joint Director Systems, Chennai. Shri V. Govindrajan has contributed immensely to the computerization efforts of the department. Next up, we have Shri Manik Baran Ghosh, Deputy Director Systems, Delhi. Shri Manik Baran Ghosh has been instrumental in providing technical and functional support to software development. Shri Shyamal Kumar Das, Assistant Director of Income Tax, Kolkata. He has introduced Shri Shyamal Kumar Datta has introduced a unique idea of providing healthcare at reasonable rates for family members of income tax employees and retired employees in healthcare units in West Bengal. Shri Saurabh Bharti, Income Tax Officer, Kolkata. Mr. Saurabh Bharti has played a pivotal role in handing over documents regarding retirement benefits to the retiring employees on the date of retirement itself. Ms. Anita Devi J, Income Tax Officer, Kochi. She has coordinated vaccination efforts in Kerala in COVID times in collaboration with the Kerala state government. Ms. Anita Devi J. Ms. Chitra R, Senior Private Secretary, Chennai. She has provided excellent secretarial services with high level of commitment to more than 17 Principal Chief Commissioners of Income Tax till now. Shri U.N. Nagpure, Administrative Officer, Pune. He has been instrumental in efforts in opening CGHS wellness centers in Nashik and Aurangabad. Next, I call upon stage Shri D. Santosh Kumar, Inspector Kochi. He has contributed immensely to various charges of the department like vigilance, litigation, and appeals. I now call upon stage Shri Santanu Chandra, Inspector Kolkata. He has contributed immensely to computerization efforts in West Bengal and Sikkim region. Next we have Shri Shrikant Bidkar, Inspector Pune. He was on deputation to NDA Khadakwasla Pune and as an administrative officer, he was awarded with the prestigious Chief of Defence Staff Award in 2023. Next we have Shri Manoj R. Ghare, Inspector Nagpur, who has contributed immensely to various verticals of the department. As Mr. Ghare is suffering from muscular dystrophy, Becker's disorder, his wife Mrs. Rajashri Ghare will be receiving the award on his behalf. Last but not the least, we have Shri Mohammad Jahangir, Notice Server, Kolkata. He has performed his duties consistently and diligently in the Income Tax Department for more than 30 years.
I now call upon the dais, the recipients of the CBDT Certificates of Excellence. To begin with, I call upon Ms. Nandita Kanchan, Principal Commissioner of Income Tax, New Delhi. She is being awarded in recognition of her exceptional contribution in the field of internal and revenue audit and deploying innovative strategies in advanced tax collection. Next, I call upon Shri K. Ravi Kiran, Commissioner of Income Tax, Admin and TPS, Hyderabad. He is being awarded for providing outstanding leadership in revising seniority lists across cadres from year 1992 to till date. I call upon stage now Shri Vinod Tanwani, Commissioner of Income Tax, Mumbai. He is being awarded for a successful representation before the benches of Appellate Tribunal in the field of international taxation and transfer pricing. I call upon stage Shri Rakesh Kumar Gupta, Commissioner of Income Tax, TDS. Besides being an excellent taxman, he is called the Mountain Man of Income Tax Department, who has led a team to Everest Base Camp recently. I call upon stage now Shri Himanshu Sharma, Additional Commissioner of Income Tax, Mumbai. He is being awarded for exemplary work in the domain of digital economy and data as an asset. Shri Himanshu Sharma. Next, I call upon stage Shri G. Satish, Additional Director of Income Tax Expenditure Budget, CBDT. He has contributed significantly in digitizing the work of the Expenditure Budget Directorate. I now call upon the stage Shri Chetan Kalamkar, Joint Commissioner of Income Tax, Bhopal. He is being awarded for efficiently handling the complex transfer pricing issues pertaining to new age technology. I call upon Shri Ashok Charan, Deputy Director of Income Tax Investigation from Jaipur. He is being awarded for detection of fraud in claiming wrong deductions in IT returns to the tune of 4,000 crores. I now call upon Shri Kennedy Phillips, Income Tax Officer, New Delhi. He has contributed to designing, developing and hosting maintenance of IRS e-deputation application. I call upon stage Shri Dharmendra D. Tekwani, Income Tax Officer from Silvassa. As a tax recovery officer, he has collected the highest number of old demands, close to over 10 crores. I call upon stage now Shri Shaji C, Income Tax Officer from Bengaluru. He is being awarded for his tremendous work in the prosecution, compounding and recovery. I call upon stage now Shri Rajiv Ranjan, Income Tax Officer, Investigation, Patna, for his exemplary contribution towards headquarter functions. Shri Anuj Kumar, Income Tax Officer from Gurugram. He has played a critical role in coordinating various infrastructural development projects. I next request Shri S. Subramaniam, Income Tax Officer, Trichy. He has conducted hands-on training to the reporting entities as part of various outreach programs conducted under the INCI Directorate. I now call upon Shri Lal Manish Nath Shah Deo, Income Tax Officer from Chennai. The officer has made significant contributions in resolving taxpayers' grievances. I now call upon Shri Jitendra Ram Das Chandekar, Income Tax Officer from Mumbai. He is being awarded for developing an innovative customized web-based application for automating and streamlining the reimbursement process for employees. Next we have Dr. G. Gayatri, Inspector from Chennai, and she has demonstrated remarkable bravery during the discharge of her duty when the search team was attacked by a violent mob. I call upon stage Shri Gala Srinivas Rao, Inspector from Chennai again, who has demonstrated remarkable bravery during the discharge of duty when the search team was attacked by a violent mob. I now call upon Shri Siju George, Inspector from Allapuza, and he is being awarded for his excellent contributions for the development of the departmental infrastructure. Shri Siju George. I call upon stage now Shri Dharmendra Kumar Sinha, Inspector from Raipur, and he is being awarded for displaying utmost dedication and devotion towards the discharge of his duties. I call upon dais now Miss Tahrina Nasreen, Senior Tax Assistant from Kolkata, and she is a record holder in swimming and has crossed the Bangla Channel, Gibraltar Channel and also the Mammoth English Channel. I now call upon Shri Narayan Thakur, multitasking staff from Calcutta, again an avid sportsperson and a bronze medalist in Asian Para Games 2023. Moving on to the teams now. First, led by the team from Bhubaneswar, Shri Sunil Kumar Jha, Principal Director of Investigation, Bhubaneswar. Shri Gurpreet Singh, Additional Director of Income Tax Investigation. Shri Hriday Kumar Das, Deputy Director of Investigation. Shri Pawan Kumar Singh, Income Tax Inspector. This team conducted the search operation which resulted in a record seizure of 352 crores. Now I call upon the next team from Mumbai, led by Shri Suman Kumar, Additional Director of Income Tax Investigation. Ms. Shyama Saji, Deputy Director of Income Tax Investigation. Shri Veer Singh Meena, DCIT BPU, and Shri Sudhanshu Shekhar, Income Tax Inspector. Please welcome on dais now the team from Mumbai led by Shri Suman Kumar, Additional Director of Income Tax Investigation, Ms. Shyama Saji, Deputy Director, Shri Veer Singh Meena, Deputy Commissioner BPU, and Shri Sudhanshu Shekhar, Income Tax Inspector. The team carried out impactful search actions in the field of insurance sector, dabba trading, and irregularities relating to capital markets. I now call upon the team from Nasik led by Shri Maruti Madhewad, Additional Director of Income Tax Investigation, Shri Sushil Shenge, Joint Commissioner of Income Tax, Shri Mukul Kulkarni, Deputy Director, and Shri Ajay Jagtap, Income Tax Officer. This team conducted search operations across Maharashtra leading to a record cash and gold seizure of more than 200 crores and detection of unaccounted cash transactions of more than 1,000 crores. Next we have the team from Hyderabad led by Shri Jitendra Yadav, Additional Director of Income Tax Investigation, and Shri Puneet Kutaya, Deputy Director of Investigation, Hyderabad. This team conducted a search which uncovered an intricate arrangement to evade tax through complex share transfers resulting in an admitted income of more than 3,000 crores and tax payment of 500 crores within 20 days of the conclusion of the search. Next, I call upon the team from New Delhi led by Shri Novel Roy, Additional Director of Income Tax, Shri Ankur Singh Bhati, Deputy Director of Income Tax, Shri Rahul Yadav, Inspector of Income Tax, and Shri Arun Kumar Rajawat, Inspector of Income Tax. The team Delhi, ladies and gentlemen, this team conducted searches based on non-PAN CRS data, which resulted in the detection of undisclosed income of more than 700 crores and multiple foreign assets. I call upon the next team now, led by Shri Divakar Singh, Joint Director of Income Tax from CBDT, Ms. Deepa Arora, Income Tax Officer, and Shri Nachiketa Sinha, Income Tax Inspector. This team from CBDT is being awarded for the finalization of recruitment rules of all the Group B and C cadres of the department. I now call upon the last team from Calcutta, led by Shri Subir Khan, Income Tax Inspector, Ms. Saista Maqsood, the team from Calcutta, led by Shri Subir Khan, Income Tax Inspector, Ms. Saista Maqsood, Senior Tax Assistant, Shri Vivek Kumar, Tax Assistant, and Shri Mahadev Nandi, Notice Server. This team remain involved in making a new setup and infrastructure along with the digitization of data. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pride and pleasure to announce that for the very first time this year, a novel concept has been introduced to recognize the extraordinary and exemplary achievements of our officers and officials in the category of creativity, literature, liberal arts, sports, and social services. These achievers have not only excelled in their core professionalism of taxation, but also have equally excelled and left an indelible mark in their respective fields. I now call upon the proud recipients to receive their certificate of appreciations from the Honorable FM Ma'am. First and foremost, I call upon Shri Parmita Shatpati Tripathi, Chief Commissioner of Income Tax, New Delhi. Being conferred for her outstanding contribution in the field of literature. She is also a Sahitya Academy awardee. I now call upon the stage Shri Sudhanshu Shekhar Jha, Principal Director of Income Tax Investigation, Jaipur, being conferred for his extraordinary contribution in the field of cinema. I now call upon Srimati Shubhrata Prakash, Commissioner of Income Tax, New Delhi, being conferred for raising awareness about the mental health at many national and international forums. I now call upon the next three officers, led by Shri Anil Kumar Bhardwaj, Commissioner of Income Tax Exemptions from Jaipur, Shri Shaurya Shashwat Shukla, Additional Commissioner of Income Tax Surat, and Shri Ankur Raparia, Deputy Commissioner of Income Tax Delhi. They are being conferred in the special category for their photographic contributions to the coffee table book Temple of Democracy, published by the Lok Sabha Secretariat, Parliament of India. I now call upon stage Major Pradeep Shaurya Arya, Commissioner of Income Tax, Bangalore, being commended for his exemplary contribution in special operations in Jammu and Kashmir, and he is also a Shaurya Chakra awardee from the President of India. Next, I call upon stage Shri Satyam Srivastav, Additional Commissioner of Income Tax from Thane, who is being conferred for exemplary contribution in the field of literature. Next, I call upon Shri Raghav Gupta, Deputy Secretary, NADGRID, Home Ministry, New Delhi, being conferred for his brilliant contribution in the field of wildlife photography and conservation. I now call upon Shri Manoj Kumar, Assistant Commissioner of Income Tax for New Delhi. Ladies and gentlemen, being conferred for his outstanding achievement in the field of wrestling. He is a 4-time gold medalist in the Commonwealth Games and also a proud recipient of the Dhyan Chand Award. I now call upon Shri Santosh Kumar Gupta, Income Tax Officer from New Delhi, being awarded for his exemplary contribution in the field of drama and theatre. Next, we have Srimati T.R. Mala, Income Tax Officer from Chennai, being awarded for her brilliant contribution in the field of social services. I call upon stage now Shri Mukesh Kumar Pawar, Income Tax Officer from New Delhi, a trained vocalist of Hindustani classical music, and he is being conferred for his extraordinary contribution in the field of music. I call upon stage Srimati Arpita N, Inspector from Bangalore, a trained Bharatnatyam dancer, and she has made an outstanding contribution in the field of dance. I now invite Srimati Jyotsna B.S., Inspector from Bangalore, a trained classical violinist and dancer, and is being conferred for her exemplary contribution to music. And lastly, I call upon Shri Anirban Prasad Sen, Senior Tax Assistant from Calcutta, a veteran artist who is being commended for his invaluable contribution in the field of art.
Thank you, ma'am, for encouraging the awardees. Now, the Central Board of Direct Taxes for the very first time conducted an online All India slogan writing competition in collaboration with MyGov India portal on the topic My Income Tax, My Pride, Mera Aykar, Mera Garv. I am elated to share that the competition received an overwhelming participation, and today we have with us 5 of the 6 winners of the competition. First, starting with Ravi Kumar. स्वराष्ट्र की प्रगति में है मेरी भी भागीदारी, मेरा आयकर, मेरा गर्व, मेरी जिम्मेदारी. श्रीराम दिधरिया, हिंदी. राष्ट्र निर्माण में आपका योगदान, गर्व से करें आयकर भुगतान. अमृता पाटिल, declare with honor, pay with pride. Shubham Verma, for his slogan, Income Tax, a small step for you, a giant leap for the country. And lastly, Ayman Shabir, with income tax, progress flows, nation grows. Thank you, ma'am, for encouraging the awardees. I now request Honorable FM ma'am and the other dignitaries to kindly take their seats. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sirs.
अब वो क्षण आ गया है जब मैं एक ऐसी शख्सियत को बुलाने जा रहा हूं जो किसी पहचान की मोहताज नहीं है. भारत के बुलंद वर्तमान और भविष्य की पहचान विश्व की सशक्त महिलाओं में छोड़ चुकी अपनी एक अमिट निशान, बहुआयामी प्रतिभा की धनी, एक प्रखर और निडर वक्ता एवं वित्त मंत्रालय की दूरगामी सोच की मार्गदर्शिका माननीय वित्त मंत्री श्रीमती निर्मला सीतारामन जी. तो तालियों की गड़गड़ाहट के बीच मैं आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगा माननीय वित्त मंत्री महोदया को उनके अभिभाषण के लिए.
Good evening and namaskar to everyone here. My colleague Pankaj Chaudhary ji, Revenue Secretary, Chairman CBDT, Members CBDT on the dais, former chairpersons of the CBDT, members and all officers and staff belonging to the Revenue Service. It gives me immense pleasure to be here on an evening where the versatility of the IRS, the talented officers that you are, in fact multi-talented that you are, has been so beautifully showcased on this 165th year of income tax. I probably am repeating a line which I've said once before. For those bees which go about collecting the pollen from the flowers so that the honeycomb becomes rich, full of dripping honey, so I would look at every revenue service officer who meticulously gathers every due legitimate taxation that we have to collect so that this country becomes endowed to take care of its people, to make sure that India is built in such a way that people of India can feel proud and also happy to live in a country which is well structured for this generation and for the coming generation. So for such a service, which meticulously ensures that the revenue is collected and collected in time, and it is safely given to the hands of the government, I express my deepest appreciation and honorable words which I'd like to share with you today on the occasion of the 165th year of income tax. So very well done, especially the data that the Revenue Secretary, data that the Chairman CBDT presented before you. The last 10 years have been very, very challenging, but yet you have proven with your consistent performance. For that, I appreciate each one of you. These 10 years were not just any ordinary 10 years. They were full of challenges for the country and for each one of you, because you had to function against very severe odds. But of course, you have crossed all these difficult phases, and today we are at a stage where we are able to quote the numbers that we want to quote, saying highest ever collection. We also quote the fact that by introducing the faceless system, we are probably the one and only country anywhere in the world with such a technology-driven system wherein individual subjectivities do not influence the taxpayer's mind, but he is treated with a sense of objectivity and therefore faceless. Although I would recall that in 2020 when it was brought in, and subsequently when in 21 we brought in the appeal also faceless, we tread with caution. All of us were very cautious about it. We were very hesitatingly moving forward. While we saw the merit of it, there was also this question of, will we be able to do it well? Can we take it forward in a complete faceless sort of way? And so on. Legitimate concerns were there in the minds of most of us, but to the credit of each one of you, today faceless in direct taxation, faceless appeal in direct taxation is being quoted even by the indirect taxation people and saying, can we do this also for us in the GST and many others. So you've not only removed the initial apprehensions which were in the minds of people, today it stands out to clearly showcase how, because of the faceless, we've earned the confidence of our taxpayers. You're able to showcase that much of efficiency even in a faceless system, as much as you would have done when you were meeting them one-on-one. Assessees do feel comfortable, and also simultaneously along with this, in a year's gap I would say, we came up with the second tax regime, the new regime as we would call, the alternative regime as we've called, even as the first one continues till today. And that showcased how a transparent, simple, easy to comply system could be brought in. Otherwise, today, within 2 years of bringing it in, we wouldn't have had 72% of all the taxpayers moving to the new system. So last year, there was a lot of hesitation, and people wondered, is it attractive enough? Is it good enough? Is it simple enough? Are people actually moving? Today, I'm speaking in front of the media as much as I'm speaking in front of you. Media constantly kept asking us, do you think the second system is being welcomed? Are people willing to move to it? Is it simple enough? Today, the numbers speak for themselves. 72% moving from the old system to this very clearly shows that this has been now accepted as a very well thought through system, wherein the rates are simple, there are no exemptions, no compliance headaches, and therefore has become very attractive. For those who look at income tax from outside, who think, why can't the old system also, old regime also, get the same benefits as the new one? I would like to upfront say that in the process of moving towards a simpler and a easy to comply system, which will be bereft of all the complications of exemptions and so on, we came with this alternative system and underlined the fact that it shall only be an option. It's a choice. We are not compelling people to move from the old to the new. When they think it is going to benefit them to move, they would automatically do. So we gave them the option to move, and if they did find it not so convenient, they would even have the option to go back. With all these kind of flexibilities, India's direct taxation is very clearly understanding the requirement of the people and giving them a flexible way of transitioning towards a simpler, easier, and easy to comply system. So the transition is more on the principle of nudge rather than this is it, you take it, or else I'm sorry, you have to comply and there's no alternative. That's not the approach our government has taken. Prime Minister Modi has been very clear from the beginning that we need to provide simpler system. We need to make it easy to comply. We also have to continuously show reduction in the rate, so that once that kind of a reduction in the rate and simpler system comes in place, the tax net would widen, because people will understand that it is easier to comply, beneficial to comply, and simpler to comply, and therefore they would move. That theory is now proving to become correct, because you see the way people are moving out of the old regime to the new. So, having said all this, before I get into the details which are between you and us, it is more to start with, on the 165th year of income tax, I'd like to thank India's honest taxpayers. The taxpayers are the ones who are making this country stand up and say it can face newer challenges, it can meet the aspirations of the people, and also deliver for those citizens who are unfortunate, who probably do not have basic necessities in life. So the welfare aspect of it, the development aspect of it, the aspirational aspect of it, are all being met purely because India's honest taxpayers are the ones who are keeping this machine moving. And therefore, once again, at the cost of repetition, but with heartfelt thanks, I would appreciate and absolutely express my gratitude to every one of our taxpayers on this 165th anniversary of income tax. So I also equally appreciate the fact, because of the way in which we have come up with this second new scheme, and also in the way in which, because of faceless, you earn the trust of the taxpayer. The number of new net addition this year of taxpayers has gone up. That number also was mentioned earlier, and I'm indeed very grateful that 58.57 lakh ITRs were received from first-time tax filers, which actually is a great point. And I can see the tax net widening, and to these new first-time tax filers, I give a great word of appreciation, because we need such examples which will showcase to the world that India is a country which is getting more and more formalized. People are coming on board and paying up the taxes. This budget 24-25, I had made very clear statements that there shall be 4 major objectives that we like to reach: simplify taxes, improve taxpayer services, provide tax certainty, and reduce litigation. On all these 4 grounds, I can see a lot of work happening. I appreciate the board for being open-minded about how these steps can be taken forward. And with this announcement that which we've come up with, that within 6 months, we will have the tax code or the Income Tax Act, at least some parts of it very clearly, written in simple, easy to understand language. There is a committee within the CBDT which is working on it. And I'm happy to say the lines and the 3 goals which the Honorable Prime Minister had mentioned, seamless, painless, and faceless, will be kept in mind even as we are working on it. Improving taxpayers' experience is something which I would want each one of you all to pay some more attention, because only after the taxpayers have realized that there is ease and flexibility and simplicity which is being offered, like in the new tax regime, people are willing to come on board and comply. There should also be that approach in the rare occasion when you'll have a one-on-one interaction with our SSCs. So I think it is important for the language that is used in our tax notices. This is a point on which I would certainly want the Revenue Secretary, the Chairman of the CBDT, and each one of you all to pay some attention. The language that you use in notices, tax notices, or letters, pardon me for saying in this language, but I want to express it, because I'm sure you know, heart of hearts, that that is the reason why there are a lot of questions, and then you give clarifications, and then you issue frequently asked questions for which you give answers. You can avoid all that if the language that you use in tax notices and letters are not so convoluted and are not too technical. After all, the taxpayer can belong to any domain. He can be a non-governmental organization working to help better sanitation in the village. He can be a college lecturer teaching English or history or Telugu or Hindi. He need not understand the technical language with which you're an expert in the domain. So if your notice also has to showcase your language, it can frighten the SSC. So I would think it is important that your letters become simpler in its language, devoid of technical words, so that an average taxpayer understands what you are really asking him to do. You may just be asking him for a clarification. But when it comes with that whether, notwithstanding, if and but and commas, and, by the law, whatever section so and so, he would rather seek his auditor and lawyer than answer you directly. So I would say, can we explore issuing simple, easy to understand notices so that our communication is accessible? And also, each time such notices go, can you also please explain the reasons behind any action taken, and also the reason behind why the notice has to go in the first place? So it can immediately give a comfort to the person who receives it, saying, all right, he wants this notice to be taken for only an explanation that I have to give, I'll give it. Instead, if there is a technical language couching a lot of points, it is left to this man who's already worried as to why he got this letter to start imagining, saying probably it means a lot more than what is written there. So I would honestly say we should look at simpler ways of talking and communicating with our assessees. Also, grievance redressal is a major issue. In fact, I was mentally, as I was seated there, thinking in terms of just making my speech simpler by saying 2 things on the side of the assessee and 2 things on your side. I'm elaborating, so I'm not making it as simple as that, but eventually, the 2 things that your side you need to come up with if you've had a universal recognition for having brought in the faceless, the only country to have brought in a faceless, can we on this 165th day commit ourselves to say faceless, fair and friendly? Can we make it that? Faceless, you are already. And you've got global recognition for it. No other country has come up with a complete faceless way of dealing with their taxation. You are the leaders in it. But can you also give a message that beyond being faceless, we are fair and we are friendly? I would honestly want 166th anniversary next year to say, I would like to hear the Revenue Secretary and the Chairman of the CBDT to say, last year we recognized that globally we were the only country to have given a faceless regime. Now the global buzz is that we are the most friendly and we are also the most fair. Please aspire to reach that milestone. I would think in this 165 years, you still have more of the days with the British and less with free India. Am I right? 77 years with free India and still you have those years with the British. You don't need to wait for it to cross the threshold. You should now be able to say that we look at Indian citizens with great trust. We will definitely, legitimately collect what is due, but we'll do it with fairness and friendliness. I hope this little request is not mistaken as though, there can always be fair. I mean, there can always be people who will interpret it as saying, oh, did the finance minister imply? And I'm sure it'll already pound the social media, saying, did she imply that the income tax is unfair? Not at all. No, not at all. But if we want to create that overwhelming impression, we need to push forward in that also as much as we have done on the faceless. Easy to be spoken to, people to approach you, simpler ways in which you communicate are all the ways in which you can show that you're transparent and fair. And friendliness is not at the compromise of what you have to do as a sovereign duty. You can still do it. And many income tax officers have been seen and looked up. In fact, from the time I've heard the songs being sung by your own people, by our own IRS, what fine qualities you exhibit. Writing books, doing wonderful cultural work, being good sportspersons, trainers of sportspersons. These are not finer qualities which are coming out. They are. Similarly, even in dispensing your duty, a little extra, yes, I'm here to help you, will you tell me what it is, would help. So place the trust on the SSC, please. The other one pillar in favor of the SSC that I would like to place before you is, can the experience of filing returns on the first day when the session opens, 1st April, I think you'll start the moment he knows that this financial year starts, he or she plans his assessment filing. Let the experience of filing the assessment on the first day be as good as on the last day, 31st July of that year. Why should the experience be more tense when it gets to the last day, final day, deadline day? And it's good that you're reminding them periodically, please, one more week to go for you to file. But it need not be in such a way that one more week to go before you. Yeah? So if there is a way in which that communication can also be inviting them to file rather than frightening them to say, file or else. So there are simpler ways in becoming a little more amiable. You're doing a splendid work. You're doing your duty. No doubt. No one can question that. And that is why today you find compliance increasing. But an element of simpler and finer words in communication will remove that impression which is going out And I can, standing here, say that impression is not fair at all. There can be one or two, people who are being difficult. But the entire service being painted in those colors is not right at all. And I would stand to defend any time saying what the service has done to this country. So despite all the sometimes not fair-mouthed language which flows particularly in the social media, I think the service has done well for itself for having dealt with some of the adverse remarks, but I would strongly stand by you on it. We should not get carried away and respond to any of this. Your service is important for the country. You're doing what is mandated for you, but as long as you do it with fairness and openness and with trust in the assessee themselves, I think we'll be able to cross the bridge to convey the fact that you're performing your duty, and you will definitely try as much as possible to be fair and transparent. But that is why the communication that you use will have to showcase that you are, for a particular reason, approaching a particular assessee with the reason stated. Your side of the story should be fairly clear and crystal clear. So I would think that is one of the things that I would put forth before you on this 165th year. Litigation management is something about which we've said that even in the budget that we've come up with, monetary thresholds for departmental appeal has been increased so that your time doesn't go in pursuing smaller cases, but we'll be able to take up the bigger ones and focus on getting success in them. We've also come up with a Vivad Se Vishwas this time too, and I think that will also give some relief to the assessees. And one thing which was much discussed with the board, I'd like to repeat it here, deploying more officers to dispose the backlog of first appeal is something which we have mentioned in the budget. I would strongly nudge that we move fast on that so that we are able to give relief to the assessees. I've also mentioned about earlier, but I will again drive that point home, judicious use of power. You're vested with rightly adequate power to perform your duties. Rightly, you're vested with that kind of a power. But I want you to be conscious that you use it judiciously. And on that, it must not come at the cost of fairness and integrity. Please kindly listen to the few words that I say in this context. It is for all of us. And there is no difference between a minister and the chairman of the board, or the revenue secretary, or an officer, or a principal commissioner, or an additional commissioner. All of us face the flak if we are not transparent in the ways in which we deal with our assessees. So it must not come, your use of power must not come at the cost of fairness and integrity. The department must exercise its powers judiciously, ensuring that taxpayers and businesses are not subjected to unnecessary harassment. Tax authority, the authority that is vested in our tax officers, is meant to ensure compliance and not to create fear. I'm sure there are members in your own households, if they received a notice, and if the notice was simple and straightforward, they wouldn't even call you on the phone to say, I received one. But I know of some people who immediately call up their friends who are in the service to say, hey, I've got this notice, what is this supposed to mean? Immediately, the sense of fear that comes into people should no longer be there, because you are now conscious that you're doing a job, particularly through the faceless, which is full of trust on the assessee. So kindly ensure that the notices or letters or the inquiries that you send through email are so worded that they are simple and straightforward. Use enforcement measures as a last resort. It's a very important line. Kindly keep that in mind. Only as a last resort. Enforcement measures. Action taken is proportionate to the issue at hand. That's a guiding principle I would want you to keep in mind. That you don't take action which is disproportionate. And only then fears compounds. People would think, I've only done this one little mistake which I'm willing to correct, but look at the ham-handed way in which I've been dealt with. Avoid that. Also, always follow due process. Even if you're trying to help the situation, don't violate process. And then the goal is to encourage voluntary compliance. So I take this opportunity to give you these probably well-known guiding principles, but I'm using this occasion to remind you because we are at a stage where sometimes even a good performance is being misunderstood. There are times when people have accused us saying, you're generating so much resources, but you're not being fair to us. You will almost on an everyday basis hear this comment coming, which is not any fault of yours. You're doing your duty. You're making sure there are no evasion. You're making sure you'll plug the loopholes. But that is seen with a bit of cynicism, which is not fair. And I don't support that. I'm with you because you're performing. I'm with you, you are doing your sovereign duty more diligently. And therefore, we should be extremely careful that these are not misread and you're not being judged wrongly. The one other, I said two on the side of the assessee, two things on the side of assessee. The first one I formulated saying, faceless, fair and friendly. The second thing, refunds. I think you're performing much better than before, but I would still think there's a lot more to do. Can refunds go sooner rather than later? Can refunds be, because I can see that this time, in the current assessment year, 1.21 crore returns have already been processed within 24 hours. Am I right? Within 24 hours, 1.21 crore assessments, returns have been assessed already. So if I go by that measure, and if you're able to do it within 24 hours, can then the refunds happen faster? Because this year, you have performed much better than every other year, but I can also see there is room for improvement. We are also clearing up a lot of assessment from 21, some from 22, but can it be speedier than what it is now? So I won't take more of your time. It's been a very satisfying and immensely pleasurable evening. The multi-talented people have come out showcasing what they can do. Capacity building is one point which I would like to underline as my parting remark. We need to build capacity in our officers to be more efficient in the way in which they use the technology, also to understand the global negotiations on various points, particularly on the two-pillar solution. I think we'll have a lot to contribute to in the negotiation, as much as be ready for when the two-pillar solutions are concluded for us to be carefully executing it in India. So I strongly encourage the CBDT to see the best practices which happen globally, the emerging areas in which we need to learn a lot more, and on international taxation assessment, we need to also get a grip of how things are moving all over the world. So I think these next 5 years are going to be very critical in the growth of India. The aspiration is by 2047 we become a very developed country, for which our Indian citizens, our people, will have to be a lot more empowered. They should have a lot more opportunities for creating better economic environment for themselves and for their families. In that, the contribution of the Indian Revenue Service is going to be immense, and the income tax officials, therefore, will have to be a lot more energetic, future-looking, and be a lot more using technology. So with these words, I thank you and wish you for the immense contribution that you've made in the 165 years of your service to this nation. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
आपके इन प्रेरणादायक शब्दों के लिए कोटि कोटि धन्यवाद महोदया। हम आपको आश्वासन दिलाते हैं कि आपके मार्गदर्शन और करदाताओं के सहयोग से हम इस विभाग को सफलता और सेवानिष्ठा की नई ऊंचाइयों पर ले जाएंगे।
As we Shri HPS Gill sir to kindly deliver the vote of thanks.
Honorable